Be prepared. March's eclipse wasn't over when it ended, it just went quiet. And now, the real wave is finally hitting. That moment back on March 29th tore something open, and it never really closed. While most people moved on, some of us could still feel it, like the sky had been pierced and something slipped through. The solar eclipse is still affecting us. Because here's the truth. Some energies aren't meant to linger, but this one did. And now, it's blending with everything else that's happening. Storms, flares, shifts. This isn't just weather. This isn't just solar activity. This is fallout from a portal still pulsing open weeks later. Oh, and if you've been feeling strangely unmotivated lately, like your energy just vanished out of nowhere, you are not lazy. That's not you. Something is pulling your system into stillness, and I'll explain exactly what that is in just a bit. But first, there's something going on with the sky right now, and it's not acting normal. You're not imagining it. The skies are behaving like something's off. Storms out of nowhere, strange tension in the air. A sunspot that should have disappeared has re-emerged, alive and already flaring. This isn't just coincidence. It's a pattern, and it's loud. The atmosphere is acting like it's caught in a loop, like it's replaying a scene from March that never finished. This isn't leftover energy. It's active, responsive, almost intelligent. And when both solar flares and terrestrial storms start triggering each other like this, that's not just weather. That's feedback. The Earth is reacting. It's holding pressure. And whatever was stirred by that eclipse, it hasn't landed yet. We're in the middle of a release that hasn't happened. And until it does, things are going to keep getting stranger. We didn't leave the eclipse. The eclipse followed us. We're still inside it. Not the physical eclipse, of course, that was weeks ago, but the energy, the echo it left behind, didn't just fade away. It spread. It expanded. And it settled into the atmosphere like a strange, invisible static. It's not about reflection or healing or doing the work. This isn't a moment of transformation. This is a moment of adaptation. Because something fundamental shifted back in March, and now we're learning how to live inside that shift. Some people are feeling it as a kind of lag, like their lives are moving a half step behind themselves. Decisions feel sticky. Words don't come out the way they were meant to. Everything takes a little more effort. Time itself feels heavier, like the air is made of syrup. You're not out of sync. The frequency changed around you. This isn't psychological. It isn't personal. The distortion is environmental. The atmosphere is still charged, like a spiritual radiation belt circling us, altering the texture of our reality just enough to make things feel off. And here's the part no one talks about. It's the space between things that feels different. Not just you, not just others, but the gap between people, thoughts, actions. It's like something rewired the in-between. Sensitive souls are feeling it first. Those attuned to subtle fields are waking up with that strange, low-frequency hum behind everything. Some are even dreaming in delay, seeing things before they happen, or remembering things that haven't yet occurred. And no, it's not a phase. It's not a mood. It's fallout. And it's still coming down. Some eyes don't close. They only turn away and come back. There's a sunspot that's just come back into view, and it's not just science. 2 weeks ago, it disappeared onto the far side of the sun, supposedly out of reach. But it survived, and now it's back, aggressive, volatile, and already releasing M-class flares. But if you're only looking at that as data, you're missing the message. In ancient traditions, the sun wasn't just a light. It was a presence, a being, a force that watched, judged, and occasionally responded. When sunspots returned, especially powerful, persistent ones, they weren't seen as passive. They were seen as returning watchers, markers of cosmic attention. And this one didn't just return, it waited. It passed through the dark side unseen, and now it's refacing Earth, more active than before. It's like something is scanning the planet. Like the eclipse opened the stage, and now this solar force is back to inspect what's been stirred. What if the sun isn't just watching? What if it's remembering? People who are more open, more connected to unseen rhythms, have already started feeling it. Random surges of anxiety that don't come from anywhere. Physical dizziness, pressure behind the eyes, that sudden sensation that something is approaching, even if you can't say what. You're not broken, you're not paranoid, you're picking up on something that returned, something that doesn't speak in words, but in waves. And right now, the waves are getting stronger, because the sun just looked back, and something behind it is waking up. The freeze you're feeling is not failure, it's fallout. Remember when I said if you've been feeling unmotivated and like you can't move forward, there's a reason? This is it. Right now, many people are waking up into something that feels like a holding pattern. They sit down to do the thing, write the email, clean the space, call the friend, and yet nothing moves. Not because they don't want to, but because the energy won't let them. It's not fatigue. It's not burnout. It's something stranger than that. There's a kind of existential friction in the air right now, and it's freezing the signal. What you're feeling is the storm drag. That's the only way to describe it. A magnetic pull, not on the body, but on the spirit. As if some larger system is overloaded and temporarily in lockdown, and you're inside the lag. You make a plan, and it evaporates before you reach it. Something is jamming the flow, but not to punish you, to pause you. This isn't resistance, it's interruption. This is a byproduct of spiritual weather, not personal failure. You're not lazy, and you're not regressing. You're simply caught in a moment of suspended energy, a kind of cosmic silence where forward motion has no traction. And the most unnerving part? Even when you want to push, even when you try to force momentum, something pulls you back into stillness again. Like your system is obeying a deeper signal that hasn't been decoded yet. You're not broken, you're buffering. But something in the atmosphere is getting ready to shift, and when it does, the drag will break. And what comes through then might not wait for you to catch up. Sometimes the system needs to jam itself, just to break its own trance. If things feel strange, unstable, disconnected, it's not because something went wrong, it's because something finally disrupted the loop. The solar eclipse on March 29th wasn't just symbolic darkness. It was an active broadcast interruption, a forced detour, an energetic spike strong enough to fry the regular rhythm most people were blindly moving through. And for many, it did exactly that. So if you feel like nothing's working the way it used to, good. It's not supposed to. The path you were walking may have been familiar, but that doesn't mean it was still aligned. These strange days, this sense that the current is reversing or pulling sideways, it's part of the shake. Not to break you, but to break the trance you didn't know you were in. Autopilot only works when the air is calm. This air isn't calm anymore, and it's not supposed to be. The energy is rewiring itself. The magnetic field is unstable, yes, but that instability is waking people up from patterns they never questioned. The resistance, the pauses, the redirections, they're not accidents, they're signals, and they're loud for a reason. The truth is, the current is changing. And if you try to force your old rhythm into this new frequency, you'll feel blocked every time. That's not failure, that's feedback. Something bigger is whispering through the static, telling you to slow down, to listen differently, to notice what doesn't respond when you call it. Because what no longer moves in this energy was never meant to stay. When the ground starts moving, something beneath is trying to rise. The sky wasn't the only thing pierced back in March. The eclipse didn't just open a portal above, it pushed something below. And now, that buried pressure is beginning to move. Lately, the ground has been trembling more than usual. Earthquakes, deep rumbles, and strange seismic spikes, not enough to dominate headlines, but enough to rattle the subconscious. And when the ground stirs like this, it's never random. This isn't just geology. This is pressure release. The kind that's been building not in the tectonic plates alone, but in the energetic layers beneath them. The crust of the planet remembers trauma, and when the sky is disturbed, the Earth responds. The Earth is not a silent witness to cosmic events. It's a participant. During the eclipse, something shifted, and it reached deeper than we understood. That ancient pulse, the one that lives under soil and ocean and stone, was stirred. Not broken, not unleashed, but disturbed, and it's letting us know. And now, the groaning, the cracks, the quiet movements underground, they are messages, not for panic, but for awareness. Because when the Earth begins to move like this, what's being released isn't just pressure, it's memory. Something very old and very loud in silence. And the strange part? Sensitive people aren't just feeling it beneath their feet, they're feeling it in their sleep. Their dreams are heavier. Their bodies are buzzing without cause. Their homes feel off for no reason. It's all connected. This isn't aftershock, it's after whisper. Something that was sleeping isn't sleeping anymore. Some people can sense what you haven't even said aloud yet. You might have noticed it. That feeling of being watched, not in fear, but in notice. Like eyes are lingering longer than they should. Like strangers feel oddly familiar or strangely intense. You're not being paranoid, you're being seen. During energetic peaks like now, with solar flares, eclipse fallout, and magnetic charge still spinning in the air, people who are spiritually activated begin to stand out. Not by choice, by frequency. Your energy field, your spiritual body, becomes less shielded, less opaque. And the people around you, even if they don't understand energy, they feel it. They notice something they can't explain, and their reactions start to shift. You're not invisible anymore, you're luminous, and some people don't know how to look at light. It's subtle. One person suddenly opens up to you for no reason. Another flinches when you speak. Someone stares too long. Someone else avoids your eyes. This isn't social weirdness. It's spiritual transparency. You're becoming a mirror, and mirrors make people uncomfortable when they're not ready to see what they reflect. This isn't about being special. It's about being exposed. Because in times like these, when the air itself is charged, your soul gets loud. And not everyone around you is prepared to hear what it's saying. So if you feel misunderstood lately, or like people are reacting to you strangely, you're not imagining it. Your light is turned up, and not everyone has the volume for it. Just because the sky is clear doesn't mean the atmosphere is calm. There's a storm above us, but not the kind you can see. The March 29th eclipse may be off the calendar, but its echo isn't. Your thoughts have been scattered, sleep disrupted. Moments of silence feel louder, heavier. That's not in your head, That's field interference. The air is charged, not with mood, but memory. We're walking through residue from solar flares, magnetic spikes, and that portal we never truly left. Most won't notice. They'll call it burnout, brain fog. But the sensitive ones, you, are already feeling the hum beneath reality. And the wildest part? You don't have to believe in it for it to move through you, because the transmission never stopped. And what it's preparing to broadcast next might rewrite everything. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.